What's up, guys? MiddleAgedGamer here. We're playing Train Simulator 2014 yet again. They just released the West Coast mainline over Shap route, Shap, whatever you want to call it. Not good pronunciations. You guys know this already. Let's go and get into career. And if you watched my Twitch.tv live stream last night, it was about 5 hours long, and I went all the way through, or almost all the way through, the first career scenario, which is 90 minutes long. And there's a big FU moment at the end, so good luck with that one. I would definitely watch my live stream before you even attempt this route, or excuse me, career scenario. We're going to go and do the icy climb using the class 87 BR Blue. It's about 45 minutes long. It says it's around medium difficulty. And it says, beginning at this town, not going to pronounce it, take a passenger train up Grey Rig and Shap Banks on a crisp winter afternoon. Wow, it's a tongue twister. Anyways, your destination is Carlisle in the very end. Let's go ahead and load it up real quick. And once it loads up, we're going to do a couple things fairly quickly. And I'll show you what that is. Let's go ahead and load passengers real fast. It's most important. You need to go ahead and get the reverser forward. We want to go ahead and set the parking brake. And then we're going to run the, wrong thing. We're going to run the brakes all the way to negative. If I can hit the right key. There we go. And we're going to hold that to negative 49 until the air brake pipe builds up pressure. And it will say release here in a second. There we go. We can go ahead and release it now. That's good. And let's get our dash lights on there. And let's also get our headlights on. Make sure those are on. There we go. Pretty much set to run here in a second. We make sure to go and take the parking brake back off before we actually head out. And I'll show you a couple things here in a second. You want to be very careful not to go above the proper traction there. If you get up close to the red, you will get wheel slip. And basically I'm just notching up one at a time right now as we get going. You can also run up, but you don't want to run up from the get-go because you will get wheel slip if you do that. So again, try to keep it mid-yellow if you can. Again, avoid wheel slip as much as possible. Pretty long journey right here. We got about 32 miles to go. I think it's about 48 to 50 to Carlisle in total. Again, just notching up one at a time. I want to keep that right in the middle of the yellow right here. You can see we've got brake pressure, which is good, and this is going to be our emergency brake pressure right there. And I'm watching this gauge over here. That's my notches. You can notch up and down. So the farther this notch is up to 100, the quicker you're going to be moving. And obviously when it's 0, you have no throttle whatsoever. Another huge thing in this particular route is there is neutral sections. And I'm not going to go over what they are quite yet, but once we get close to one, I'll explain what you have to do to get by the neutral section properly. And you can see right here, you got just a locomotive running towards us, or an engine. Go ahead and push the limits here. We're going to be going uphill for a very long time until we get to the top of the mountain, I should say. The Shap Crest. And very, very beautiful detailing and scenery on this particular locomotive. If you guys haven't picked this up, I highly recommend it. As you can see, we got a super long train going on right now. So you got to keep that in mind when you are braking. Very, very important. It's going to take a little bit longer to brake. Inside passenger view here, but most important, let's get back in cab till we get up to speed here. Really starting to get some momentum going now. Big thing on this particular route, it's not made by the developers. Which is kind of surprising because the detailing is so great throughout. I do like this route in every way. They got the neutral section, which is a nice touch, and you also have to do the whole, putting on the parking brake, emergency brake, and then building up air pressure in the lines, which is a nice touch. Gives us a more experienced user something else to do. Makes the scenarios a bit harder as well, and I'll show you why during the neutral sections. Right, getting up to 70 miles per hour. Look at that detailing way out in the distance, rolling hills. There we go, should be notched all the way up to 100 right there. You can just go ahead and hold it right there. Just want to make sure that we don't go over 85 here, which we are getting fairly close to that. If this is your first time tuning in, please go ahead and subscribe. It definitely helps me out in making future videos. And also keep in mind, every penny that I make from ad revenue or anything else related to this channel is all donated to charity in 2014. And always tune into my twitch.tv live streams that are every Saturday. Been trying to start at 1 p.m. typically, but the last couple times I've been starting around 8 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I always post the Saturday or the morning of that Saturday what time I will be starting. That way you guys know if I'm not there at 1 o'clock, you'll know exactly what time I will be there at. And my ETA is about a minute behind my arrival time, and definitely need to be really diligent at looking at that and try to stay as fast as possible going up and down the hill shortly. Again, 28 miles to go, so definitely a long time where you can catch up on the timetable. But you don't want to be doing 60 and 85, and you don't want to take off really slow from the stations either, otherwise you will definitely be late to the next station. Take a couple exterior views here real quick. You can see the scenery is absolutely wonderful. Take a quick look at the other side here. Some say that's a bit of an ugly train. I think it's actually quite extraordinary for the mid-80s. And just within the minute of the arrival time, which is good as well. Just want to be careful as we get to the top of this crest right here before we start the next incline. Need to get down to about 80. Go. Still picking up a bit of speed. I'm going to notch down just a bit. Again, trying to go as fast as possible without making it too close above 80. I'm going to try to shave as many seconds as I can off the ETA. This is definitely not a scenario I could do while live streaming. You really have to pay attention almost the entire time to ensure you're not speeding, especially when you start going downhill in the near future. You really got to watch out on the speed. All right, be able to go back up to 90 then 100 here shortly. There we go. Let's go ahead and run it back up, and again, just watch the traction. Make sure you don't go close to the red on there. Just going to take a quick look on the exterior. Look how high that mountain is to the left and right of us. Let's go get back inside because I do need to watch what I'm doing here. Again, don't want to go above 90 miles per hour or get any wheel slip. Go. And about 21.5 miles to go. And you can see how smooth this route is running. Very little micro stuttering, if any at all right now. Not sure if they changed the programming at all or not, but definitely runs very smooth. All right, coming up on a neutral section, and what you have to do during the neutral sections is basically run all the way down, and I'll show you that right now. Let's go ahead and run down, and you're going to see this notch is going to come down, which is basically your accelerator or how fast you're trying to go at that particular moment. You run that all the way down to 0, and if in a perfect world you want to run it down all the way down to 0 before you actually hit the neutral section coming up. If you don't, then you won't be able to actually move. You'll just be coasting until you run it all the way down and then run the notches back up. So pretty close to 0. And you get the sign right here for it. And you got the magnets right here, power down and then power up. There you go. Let's go ahead and run it back up. So that's another thing that this line has. It's about 15 miles between each of the neutral sections. And again, you just want to make sure you run all the power all the way down to 0 right here, and then run it all the way back up once you get through the neutral section. So just another thing that you have to be really careful for. You don't want to lose too much speed, otherwise you will be late on the timetable as well. Do one quick train by real fast. Look how smooth that is. It's absolutely amazing. And I'm not just saying that. Very nice. And definitely going uphill. Let's take one more quick look on the exterior while we still got a second. And I'll show you. You should be able to see the incline there. Pretty big incline. And we're just gaining altitude as we go, pretty much. Again, thank you to all the Twitch.tv viewers this past Saturday. You definitely made it a pleasure. Don't remember everybody's name. I know there was High Voltage, Speedy was on there, I Love Trains, and a couple other people. I think Jesse James was another one. So thank you guys for tuning in. I know there was one or two that stayed the entire 5 hours, which is absolutely insane. Gorgeous scenery. And you can see we're not really picking up any speed because of the incline. And that blue flickering that you see, that's going to be the pantograph arcing right there. It's not a glitch in the game, as someone had mentioned in the Twitch stream last night. Got a bit of allergies tonight, unfortunately. That's why you see me rubbing my nose. Alright, gotta get down to about 80 miles per hour coming up. And we're about to reach the Shap summit. And I believe we'll start slowly going downhill after we get over there. And this is going to require most of my attention, so I do apologize for not doing some more views during this section. Just going to run down the throttle just a bit. And run it back up as we get to the top. I'm just afraid of hitting the top and then suddenly picking up speed while I'm at 80 miles per hour. I won't be able to adjust it in time to get underneath that. You can see it just picks up quite a bit of speed right there. Let's go ahead and apply the brakes. And we'll be allowed to release it here in a second. Alright, get up to 95 now, which is good. Traction still mid-yellow, which is also good. And you can see we're going downhill, picking up quite a bit of speed, so I want to be careful not to go above 95 right here. And just under 12.5 miles to go to Penrith. We'll go ahead and run it down just a bit. Okay, actually losing speed now. Let's go ahead and run it back up. Guess the track looks like it leveled out right there. Not sure if I hit a neutral section or not. I'm losing definitely a lot of speed. Let's see if I can run up from there or not. I think because I turned it off on accident real quick, so let me run it down. I lost a lot of speed right there, which I guess is okay. I actually have to get down to 80 coming up, so worked out. Maybe it worked out for the worst. I don't know if that's even a phrase or not. Not worked out for the best. Alright, so we'll run all the way down, it looks like. Let's go ahead and run it back up. There we go. That fixed it. And just 10 miles to go now. 10 very short miles if we're doing 80, 90. Doesn't take too long. Let's go ahead and get down to 80 miles per hour now. Go. Just going to make sure I stay under 80 right here. And I apologize for not using the exterior views right now, but this is taking 100% of my concentration. Let's go ahead and start braking. And we're going to get down to 70 miles per hour coming up and then back up to 100. Let's go ahead and start braking for that 70 miles per hour. And should get down there just in time. There we go. Can't even enjoy the scenery, unfortunately, because of the timetable. And we're about to hit a neutral section here shortly. So let's go ahead and power down or run down all the way. And we'll make sure that we stay under 70 for the short period right here. And I'm just going to keep it in neutral right now. And we'll look out for the magnets on the track coming up. Let's see, it should be somewhere right up here. First magnet's going to power down that electrification. Second one's going to put it back up. There you go. Let's go ahead and run back up. And again, watch the traction as we're going back up as well. ETA is within about 30 seconds or so, which is good. And this neutral sections definitely throw a curveball at you too, which is pretty insane. All right, definitely picking up speed. Middle yellow on the traction, which is fine. And just over 4.5 miles to go. Getting really close here. Again, taking all of my concentration so I don't mess up. Going to run down just a bit. That way we can manage the speed that we're going a little bit better. go ahead and start braking just a bit. Alright, need to get down to 75 coming up as well. Just going to brake just a bit more. I'm getting a little worried here. There we go, just want to make sure I get under 75 right there. Alright, just a mile and a half to go. Definitely need to concentrate right here, make sure that we get this huge train on the platform. It's okay if I overrun it just a bit, because I don't know if we're going to be able to fit this bad boy in between the green there or not. Let's go ahead and run down, and we'll start braking here in a minute as well. Let's go ahead and start braking now. There we go. I want to definitely get under 40 before we hit that platform beginning. Another curveball, that symbol right there means there's another neutral section coming up. Go, coming on the platform just under 30 miles per hour. Okay, let's just go just past the platform here, which is fine. That's what I want to do. And we'll go ahead and start loading passengers, take a look at our train. It's exactly what I wanted to do, because if you look at the back of the train, there you go, it's just barely on the platform. Look at the detailing around us. That's just pretty nice. Got the castle there, some churches. You can see the different steeples out in the distance. Bit industrial though. I'm sure that's how it was during the 80s. Okay, let's go ahead and take the brake off here, or at least get it down. And we'll get ready to take off here in a second. Again, when you're taking off, most importantly, watch the traction. Don't want to mess this up. Just want to try to keep it in the yellow. Try not to go above mid-yellow if possible as well. If you guys see, I'm wearing my Chelsea jersey. Hopefully you're not a Manchester United fan. I know Eto got that hat trick earlier, which is pretty insane. We do have a neutral section coming up as well, which again is throwing another curveball in this scenario. Right after the platform too. So let's try to get as much speed as we can before we hit it. Let's go ahead and run down. And you can watch the notches run down right there before we hit the neutral section. And there's the two magnets on the track. Fully run down, which is good. It's going to run back up. Again, just keep an eye on that traction as well. Let's go ahead and hold it right there for a second. If anybody out there has made it this long, thank you so much for watching this far into the video. I know most YouTubers don't make it. If you end up watching the entire video, please comment and let me know. I definitely know which ones are true middle-aged gamer fans out there and which ones are just watching a video here and there. So I appreciate all the support for the guys that leave lots of comments out there. Don't worry, there's no dumb question either. I get a lot of questions. I also get a lot of people helping me out with pronunciations of cities, among other things, which I don't mind any corrections of that nature either. Not sure if I just passed a whistle board or not. I'm so busy paying attention to, yeah, I did, I think I did. Yep. So busy paying attention to the traction control that sometimes I forget to look at the track and the different symbols and signs coming up. And just over 15.5 miles to go to Carlisle. We do have a double yellow coming up, which that's a bit nerve-wracking. I'm going to go ahead and run down just a bit. I'm afraid to go full speed. It's definitely not what I wanted. Maybe that's why my arrival time's 3 minutes ahead of the, or my estimated time is 3 minutes ahead of the arrival time. Let's see what this next signal is. Hopefully I don't need to slow down. Let's take a look at it. That is a single yellow, which is not good. Hopefully it turns to a double yellow. Go ahead and start braking just in case. Super afraid of hitting a red light up here after all that work and recording. Gonna leave it zoomed in for a second, see if I can figure it out or not. I think it's yellow, looks like a single yellow. So I'm gonna go ahead and run up just a bit. Looks yellow to me, looks like a single. So I'm assuming we're running behind another train. Could be wrong about that. Guess we have a fire coming up. Let me brake just a bit more. Maybe it's warning us about the fire, I have no clue. Let's go ahead and slow down just a bit more. Rather be safe than sorry, right? Wow, that's crazy right there. Pretty insane. Looks like they're working on the line. Whoa, whoa, oh, it's got wheel slip. It's not what I wanted. That's what you got to watch out for. I wasn't paying attention. That's what happens when the notch gets to the top of the yellow. Let's see where we're at. So 12 miles to go, or 13 miles to go to Carlisle. Made a little mistake right there. Need to go ahead and run back up. And I'm hitting wheel slip again like an idiot. Should have been watching onto that. Jesus. I did it once, completely forgot, and did it again. Well, let's only hope, or I'm hoping I can get there before my arrival time. If not, I may have to end up redoing this video. It's still got yellow symbols on the line, or on the signals I should say. Which I'm definitely thinking I'm running behind another train at this point. Honestly surprised I haven't got wheel slip before now. Just hope I can make it to Carlisle without any more problems. Just want to make sure I get the gold star for being a good student in school. And hopefully this is a double yellow again. We'll find out here shortly. If not, I may have to run down again and start slowing down again as well. Yep, still double yellow, which is good. Getting really close to having wheel slip right there. Do one or two quick train buys. Actually, I'm not, because I know there's a signal coming up and the alarm's about to go off more than likely. If I'm in X tier, I can't hear when the alarm goes off, and I'll end up shutting the entire train down and losing points. So I apologize about not doing some more exterior shots, but this is a rather difficult scenario. All right, 10 miles to go. Picking up speed as well. Just keeping an eye on everything. Looking at the scenery as well. All right, let's look at these symbols, or signals I should say. Keep saying symbols. Double yellow, that's good. I can handle having a double yellow. And this better be a double yellow, otherwise it could have some major issues, and it's not. Let's go ahead and start braking. could be the end of my scenario right here. Thought I saw a red down there for a second. I'm going to slow down. We're definitely on the heels of another train. Not quite sure if I need to speed up or slow down as of yet. And I can't see the signal out there either. It's making me a bit nervous. Still don't see it. Still single yellow. Kind of hard to figure out what I actually need to do, whether I need to slow down or not. Afraid of hitting that red around one of these corners. Still have the feeling it's going to happen for some reason. Let's take a look, see if I can figure it out or not. Please don't be red. Please don't be red. I got a long train. Hard stop. And it is... Of course I can't see till the very yellow. Alright, perfect. Still a single yellow though. I'm just going to cruise right now around 45 miles per hour. Let's see if I can find the next signal over here. I'm just kind of hoping it would turn double yellow so I could speed up, but it's been single yellow this entire time. Come on, where are you at? Single yellow still, which means I'm continuing on. Our ETA is good for the arrival time. Afraid I'm not going to hit Q in time too on that. So yeah, this scenario is definitely, oh, that's double yellow, that's good. This scenario is definitely putting me to the test, that's for sure. I'm going to run up just a little bit, not going to try to pick up too much speed like I just did previously. I don't want to hit single yellows again if I don't have to. Let's go ahead and leave it right there. And 4.5 miles or so to go to Carlisle. And let's pray that this is going to be a double yellow again. We'll run down just a bit. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? Looks like a single to me for some reason. Definitely a single yellow. Let's go ahead and slow down a bit. Again, I could be wrong about following a train, but I'm not really willing to risk it right now as far as having to go back, re-record everything. But if anybody wants to try doing 90 miles per hour right now through these signals and hope it stays a single yellow, then let me know if it works out for you or not. I still got a yellow up there, which is good. Let's just hope it turns to a double yellow by the time I get there. Beautiful sceneries. Definitely like the winter. Alright, feel free to change into a double yellow anytime now. Keep finding myself just trying to hammer the Q button to turn that system or alarm off. Looks like we gotta get down to 25 coming up. I'm gonna go ahead and slow down just in case this next signal for any reason happens to be red. So got a train coming up ahead as well. And there is definitely a red light up there. So let's go ahead and start braking. That'd be great, right? And I need to figure out if I'm running all the way down, which I'm not. Oh, did I get a green light? I think it just changed, didn't it? Still making good time. I'm hoping I'm making up for the wheel slip that happened earlier in the scenario. So far it looks like I am. I saw a 25 drop somewhere though. I don't see that 25 drop anywhere. I'm guessing that says 75, not 25. Alright, I've got a neutral section coming up just before Carlisle. Let's go ahead and cruise through this right here. It's going to be the neutral section. And just want to make sure we get under 20 right here. Alright, just under half a mile to go. ETA is looking pretty good. Hoping I make back those points that I lost earlier. I want to make sure I stay under 20 right here. Fairly big station right here. Lots of detailing at this station too, which is quite nice. Let's go ahead and start braking real fast. Let's go ahead and stop. I don't want the emergency brake to come on for any reason. There we go. And then we can let off the passengers here real quick. Take a quick look around. Quite a bit of detailing right here. Very, very nice. I wish I could do that amount of detailing in the editor. The Royal Scot. Alright, so hopefully I gain some points on that. We'll see what happens. Quite a long stop. Go and shut that off. There we go. Well done. Another crew will take the train to Scotland. I did not make up any points for arriving early. Got 975 total, which I'm okay with because that was fairly hard. Wheel slip was completely my fault. I should have been able to avoid that altogether. But there you go. Still got my gold star, which is what I wanted. And again, we're playing the West Coast mainline over Shap. Highly, highly recommend it, and you can kind of make up your own judgment after viewing the video. But thank you guys from the bottom of my heart watching the Middle Age Gamer. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to comment, and please, please always tune into my Twitch stream on Saturdays. And I'll talk to you guys then. Later.